Alaska gets called a bucket list destination by basically everybody, but does it actually live up to the hype when you sail it with Disney? Allie just got back from finding out, and today she's telling us everything. Welcome back to Earstravagant Adventures. I'm Rachel, your travel agent bestie, and joining me as always is Katie. She's down here today, everyone's favorite travel chaos coordinator. And today we're joined by Allie, one of our Allonsy Travel agents who just got off the magic sailing through Alaska. We're getting her highlights, her surprises, and the moments that made this trip one she will never forget. So stick around because this is the kind of first-hand take you are not going to get in a brochure. So, Allie,
That's me.
I don't know if you can hear my drum roll. Tell us, what made you choose Alaska?
We are weird people that like cold, mountainous wildlife places and not beaches. Um, so we knew we were going to go on some sort of cold cruise for our honeymoon. It was either going to be Alaska or the Nordic fjords, and we chose Alaska.
That's a tough choice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow. Now I wouldn't say you're weird because I really love the mountains and the cold and wildlife. So like I think you left off the most important part. This is a honeymoon.
Yes, it is. It was our honeymoon. We saved and waited literally 8 months to be able to go. So it was very
So
exciting.
worth it.
So worth it.
So, okay, you saved it for a long time for this cruise. Love that. What stateroom did you go with?
We got a porthole. We were both first-time cruisers, and so we were a little bit hesitant about the balcony. However, when we're going back, I've told her we're going back to do the other itinerary. We're getting a balcony.
So you had an ocean view stateroom.
Yes.
Perfect. What deck?
2.
You were on 2. Okay. Okay. We'll circle back to that. Absolutely. How is the flight? Because Disney Cruise Line currently, this is very important, only sails out of Vancouver, Canada. So cruises, we recommend you have a passport anyways, but the Alaska ones, you have to have a passport because you're going internationally, you're leaving out of Canada. So how was that?
We're on the East Coast. So it was kind of cool that we woke up and flew away from the Atlantic Ocean and landed on the Pacific Ocean.
Oh, that's cool.
It was a moment for sure. And neither of us had ever left the country, Canada included. So this was our first time leaving the country. It was the first time doing anything international, and it was the first time going on a cruise. So we really just went for it.
Which you reminded me what I was going to ask you. Why were you nervous about cruising?
So I am a public health girly.
Okay.
And I've always been afraid
okay.
of the fact that I'm on a boat with a lot of people. However, I cannot emphasize enough how amazing Disney is and how comfortable I was on that boat with how well they kept up with everything. Like at no point was I ever uncomfortable with the like cleanliness or the policies or whatever. Like they get a check mark from me. Like
so it was absolutely public health, or you afraid of getting sick, not that you are afraid of seasickness.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Because we've all encountered everybody saying different things of why people don't want to cruise. The one that I get the most is I don't want to be on the open ocean, which you're kind of not with Alaska, and I'm afraid of getting motion sickness. Those are the two I get the most often. I don't get the health concern a lot, but it's totally valid.
It's valid. My big thing before we did our first cruise was I thought I was going to feel claustrophobic. I thought I was going to feel stuck.
Yeah.
And then you get on a ship and you're like, look at all this stuff I can do. Like you don't feel claustrophobic at all.
Even our stateroom, I was afraid I was going to feel like I was on top of like each other the whole time. And we sleep in a king bed here. And I was like, the queen bed's going to be too small. I cannot emphasize enough how much, like, I don't know what they put in the air, but it was completely fine. I felt like we had so much room in that bed. I felt like we had so much room in that stateroom. At no point did I feel claustrophobic. Like, I didn't think that I was going to be a cruise girly, and now I'm a cruise girly.
Yes. Another convert.
Yes. Before I ask you about embarkation day, also really important, why did you pick Disney? Because lots of cruise lines go to Alaska. We've talked before, Princess is one of the leaders in Alaska. So what made you pick Disney?
We are Disney adults, so we would lean that way anyway.
Fair.
However, again, I have really high expectations for like cleanliness, reputation, customer service, and Disney was the only thing that even came close to making me feel comfortable enough to do it. We were starting brand new cruisers leaving the country for 7 nights. And Disney was the only cruise line that I was comfortable enough saying like we will get through this and it will probably be phenomenal. But if we have any problems, I trust them to fix it. And I
It's
can't.
that brand trust, man.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
trust the brand and you trust them to take care of you wherever you are.
Mhm.
I
Which is
love
which
it.
is so important. Yeah, especially all those firsts that you said. Those are a lot of really big firsts. Like leaving, a lot of people are nervous about leaving the country. So like that alone is a great reason. So tell me about embarkation day. So you're in a new country. Look, I'm not going to downplay that it's Canada, but let's be real, Canada is like the easiest place
We
to
tiptoe. We
Neighbor.
tiptoed.
you
And we're
just put
good.
your pinky toe in
Yeah.
traveling internationally because Canada, they're some of the nicest. It's so easy. So tell me about embarkation day. What was that like? First of all, you did fly in the night before, right?
We did. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you did spend some time in Vancouver because I want like why did you fly in the night before, Allie?
Because I was not missing my boat. That is the only thing consistently across everything that I researched that was do not show up the same day
Yes.
under any circumstances.
Are you glad you did
Honestly, I
that?
wish we came in earlier, but
Oh, okay. Yeah.
yeah.
Vancouver's a beautiful place. Katie, you haven't been to Vancouver, have you?
No, we have not done Alaska. Tentative next summer. Haven't booked it yet, but it may happen next summer.
Yeah, I did my Alaska cruise was on the Wonder in 2015. So it's been a hot minute since I've
Long
done
time.
Alaska, but we got there a couple days early because I wanted to explore Vancouver. Vancouver's beautiful. It's such a beautiful city. So if it's a place like that, like San Diego, you don't really need to get there early. Port Canaveral, unless you're doing a Walt Disney World trip beforehand, you really don't need to get there super early. But Vancouver, yes. So sorry, I keep having tangents because I don't see them in the list, and I know we're going to get into Alaska, so I want to ask you the meat and potatoes first. Um, Embarkation Day, what was it like?
It was pretty standard, I think. There were a bunch of cruises that were loading on the same day, so it was a little bit chaotic. It did take
Mhm.
us an hour and a half to get on the boat, which I think is pretty uncommon from what I could see. Um, but we also had a later embarkation time, so we got to kind of like bebop around and get coffee in Vancouver, and then go through all of the security and everything. And our room was ready when we got on the boat. So
Nice.
yeah, we got very lucky.
Which is one of the nice things about having a later embarkation boarding time is
Hmm.
you can go straight to your stateroom because staterooms what it's 1:30 that they're ready usually.
Yeah, give or take. I think that's what time ours
Mm.
was. It was either 1:30 or 1:45.
Yeah, an hour and a half isn't like is an hour and a half is from the minute you got there to the minute you got to your stateroom or
It was probably about 2 hours from the minute that we got there to the minute that we got through our stateroom.
Mm.
Security
Okay,
took a
that is a
pretty
little
long time.
yeah, that is a little longer. That is
Yeah.
unusual. You're right.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know if it's because like essentially I don't know if it was this way when you went or if it is this way in the Caribbean, but
Mhm.
like it was just a conference center with a bunch of lines that they just kept shuffling people around the same building. And so like just walking between the areas took a while.
Mhm.
So like check-in was like a floor and a half away from security, and that was a floor and a half away from
Oh,
like
Mhm.
the line. It was very weird. It was a lot of thought
Yeah.
when
Yeah,
leaving.
because Disney doesn't have their own terminal.
Yeah.
So
uh, yep. That
yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
having your own terminal, like even in Galveston, like it's not
Yeah.
beautiful, but they have a terminal, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So
Well, we're
like
gonna pretend embarkation doesn't happen because it's not the fun part. So, Katie,
it
why
is.
don't you get all the information about Alaska?
Well, yes, I get the good part. All right. Describe the scenery for someone who's never been to Alaska, never seen a photo. Use your descriptive art words.
I am not that person. I will tell you that it was genuinely unbelievable and it felt like you were living in a movie. I completely geeked out the first time I saw an iceberg float by.
I would have
I've never
too.
seen an iceberg in real life.
They're so big. Like you see them
They're
and you're
so
like, they're not that
big.
big. Did you see any like dinghy boats next to them to really put
Yes.
in perspective how big they are?
Yes. And like even compared to like the boat, like you could tell how big they were and like they're beautiful colors. Like you just imagine like these floating pieces of white, like snow.
They're
that
like
you can't
blue.
They are not, they are crystal blue. They are amazing. We are wildlife people, we are mountain people. So like all of that was amazing. My favorite animal is a whale. So this cruise was made for me. I was constantly looking for tails, saw a lot of them. But yeah, I genuinely don't know that I've ever been somewhere else that was as like a breath of fresh air. That is the only way. Like it
Literally.
tastes different.
Like
Did y'all bring
literally.
binoculars? We bring binoculars on every cruise, and we've never had a reason to use them in the Caribbean.
Yes, and they are 100% a must, and that is actually one of my regrets. I got rinkety dink $20 ones from Amazon, and they got the job done. But they could see about like I don't know 10 feet further than our phone cameras could.
Yeah.
So like on a couple of our excursions, they had like high quality ones, and they were phenomenal. So don't skip out on your binoculars. That is a note for next time.
Did you see any of this wildlife from your room?
Yes, lots of whales from the porthole. It was super fun because you look for their little blow mists, and you'll just see them everywhere, and then you look out and they're there. That's part of the reason that I want a balcony next time. I just want to sit there, drink my coffee, and look for whales. So
100%. So when did you start seeing the wildlife? Like, was it immediate, or like did y'all have to get further from the port?
Yeah, it wasn't day one because you're in the middle of the bay.
yeah, but the first night I saw whales.
The first night. Okay.
Wow.
And really, really quickly, because I need you to remind everybody, did it get fully dark?
It got darker than I was expecting.
Okay.
But the sun went down sometime right around 10:30, and then it came back up again at 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah, so it's never because where Alaska is positioned on the globe, it's similar to like Iceland, where there's certain times of the year where it never gets fully dark, and then there's also times of the year where it never gets fully daytime. Just I had a friend who worked for Anadarko, and she was in Alaska for a couple years, and they had to have like blackouts on their windows because it would never get fully dark. So it like messes up your sleep. And I didn't realize that the first time I went to Alaska. And I'm like, I was waiting for it to like have a sunrise and a sunset and like never quite does it.
No, and it's weird because it's like I kind of expected it to be more daylight the whole time, but it was like dusky the whole time. Like it gets to a point where it's like it's close, but it's not there.
Like, did it mess with your sleep?
No, but nothing messes with my sleep. We were 4 hours back ahead, 4 hours off. And it was almost as if it didn't matter. So we're spoiled for sure.
Well, Katie, you need to ask her all about. I feel like the ports are great, but like this day was my favorite day. So
Glacier Day. All right, let's talk about Glacier Day. What was it actually like standing there seeing the glaciers?
They don't seem real. Icebergs don't seem real. Like it again, like the color, it has its own weather system. They kept saying that, and we were like, oh, okay, great. But as soon as you get up on it, like the weather changes.
So cold.
Like it's colder, it's wetter, it's like the air is thicker. Like it was insane. I wish that I had more descriptive words.
I can feel like this thick, cold air in my chest. Like, oh, especially right now where it's 102 in Louisiana. Like, I wish I was close to a glacier right now.
Right now. Yes.
But y'all did not go out and go up to the glaciers. Y'all did not do the excursion.
No, I had done a lot of researching and pro and conning it. And we talked about it, but we had seen all of the stuff that everybody does on the boat on Glacier Day, and I didn't want to take 3 to 4 hours away from that. Like, as much as I think it would have been cool, and again, we're going back, so next time we're doing it, to like get up on the glacier and touch it, I could not imagine being away from the boat that long on Glacier Day.
Well, what are these things that happens on Glacier Day? We don't know what happens on Glacier Day on the boat.
Everything. It's an Alaskan dream. They have a wildlife expert that kind of like, she has shows in the theater, but she also comes over the loudspeaker and gives you like, you know, what goats to look for, what whales to look for, how to look for whales, how to look for puffins. I didn't know that puffins were in Alaska. All of those sorts of things, bears, everything. And so she kind of like gives you like a guide of how to look off the boat to see the things. They also have characters in adorable outfits.
The best part.
I know. I was very blessed. Here is a misconception to the world that everybody thinks that the characters are only in their cute outfits on Glacier Day. They are not. They are in their cute outfits as long as you are in Alaska. So days at sea, they are not. But if you are in Alaska, they have their cute outfits on. So you won't miss them. And our Glacier Day, unfortunately, was very wet. So they were meeting inside the whole time, or by the pool. But typically you get these like unbelievable and unrecreatable pictures with them in front of like this beautiful scenery outside on Glacier Day. So they were still adorable. They were just inside.
Which is okay.
Which is okay.
What about the hot chocolate? I heard something about hot chocolate.
That's my favorite. I brought it just for you. It's literally
okay. Well, hold it still so we can see it.
It's my emotional support cup. It comes with me everywhere. She's beautiful.
Now Allie does have social media accounts, and she's been posting a little bit about her Alaskan cruise, and you said that you can only get that look, consumerism at its finest, okay, whatever. You said it can only be purchased on Glacier Day.
That was the only time that it was available, was on the hot chocolate carts on Glacier Day.
I feel like you're lying about that.
I would want to be lying. But this is how I am standing by it, is that there were no hot chocolate carts outside of Glacier Day, and it wasn't for sale at any of like the bars. I have seen people try and fight me and say that it was on their cruise. It could be, you know?
It could be. That's true.
It could be. But it was only available on Glacier Day for us. So you snooze, you lose.
I love an inclusive, like you can only get this on this day. So I hope that is the truth. I will tell you that your TikTok videos have single-handedly made AJ, my daughter, want to do the Alaska cruise.
I'm so excited.
And then she said, what about the icebergs? And I'm like, oh, we don't hit them. She's thinking Titanic. I'm like, we go around the iceberg so we can see them. And she goes, I want to do that. I'm like,
actually, it's very cool. They actually pick up Alaskan pilots, is what they call them. I don't know that they're called pilots if they run a boat, but they're called pilots. And they help them navigate the areas around the icebergs and the glaciers. So they're kind of the experts of like how close can the boat get, where to go, how to get the best views in the area. So that was super awesome too.
So, but
no, go for it.
Glacier Day is also the Frozen Day, right? Is that the same day?
I'm about to say, because you posted a video, and you know how people are with Frozen, so you better not forget.
I am one of those people that's about Frozen. So one of the things about an Alaskan cruise is that they do a Frozen night instead of a pirate night. In one of the bigger aspects of it is there are no fireworks because of the wildlife. And the other part is Frozen makes sense in Alaska. And that was just a happy accident. Frozen is one of my franchises. I am a Frozen girly through and through. A core memory was literally in the middle of a blizzard in high school. I saw Frozen because we got stuck there, and that's what we saw.
Oh,
And so now it's my thing. And being on an Alaskan cruise at Animator's Palette with the whole room transformed into Frozen, dreams. What dreams
Yeah.
are made of for me. Like,
now, did they have because when I went on, it was a Disney Vacation Club member cruise, so we had some things that weren't the same as regular cruises. There was a Anna and Elsa meet and greet. Did they have no?
no.
Okay.
And honestly, I don't want to slander because I love all things Frozen.
Okay.
However,
Slander away because I hate Frozen. Go ahead.
Yeah. We want to hear the bad and the good.
Yeah.
Probably my biggest disappointment, because I'm a Frozen girly, is that the show on Frozen night is just the Hollywood Studios sing along. And not only was it just the Hollywood Studios sing along outside, but their tech didn't work. So, like, essentially, like, they didn't have the sing along part of the sing along. Luckily, we all know the words to Let It Go, so it was fine.
Oh
But
no! Well, what were your Broadway shows?
Twice Charmed, Tangled, because it's the Tangled boat,
Okay.
and then Disney Dreams, which Disney Dreams blew me away. I was shocked.
Okay, you didn't have the Frozen show because there is a
Frozen.
Frozen.
That's what I said. I was like, even if they did the Frozen show, it would have been better.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because right, because we have the Magic is home ported out of Galveston as well, and it's the Rapunzel. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
That was probably my biggest. And
that is a bumski.
Mm-hmm.
But talking about the difference between the Magic and the Wonder kind of flows into the next section with is your ports. There's a different itinerary for Magic and Wonder, correct?
Yes.
What's the difference?
Magic goes to Icy Strait Point. The Wonder goes to Juneau. So from what I understand, there were many folk that had done the Wonder in Alaska before. This was the Magic's inaugural season. And typically, I believe they had only gone to Juneau. They had not gone to Icy Strait Point before. And now Magic is going to Icy Strait Point, and that was the day I was most worried about. It was the most controversial in all of the reviews. And I will sing this till the cows come home. It was phenomenal. It was like a ski lodge meets a port meets Alaska culture. Like, it was, I get why people were frustrated, because it is made for cruise ships. And
that would be me, because my best experience in Alaska was in Juneau.
Yeah.
They need to do both then.
Yeah. I went to in a helicopter to the top of Mendenhall Glacier, and I did the dog sledding thing. And it was the best day of my life, next to seeing the Northern Lights in Iceland. So best day of my life. And it was in Juneau.
All right. So now we just need to petition for them to go to both. That's the final answer.
Or just longer, because the longer ones go to both. The longer ones go to both. But now they have two. They can potentially do long. So I'm kind of bummed you didn't go to Juneau, because like my literal I will not shut up about is dog. Like, if I post about Alaska, I will post a photo of me with the dogs every freaking time. My husband, ex-husband, whatever, will be like, all she shows is you pictures of her with the dogs. So, sir?
That was like peak Rachel.
Yes! It was like my best life. And some hand-stitched Russian boots that I got in Skagway. Those are also...
You still have them?
Oh, absolutely. They're half size too small, so I don't wear them very often, but beauty is pain when you have hand-stitched, embroidered leather boots. Obviously, they're like Anna boots before Anna was a thing.
Yes, literally. I was about to say that.
Sorry. So you didn't. I mean,
this is the conversation. Like, because I have had several people ask, what are the difference in the two itineraries? This is it. This is the conversation.
So before we get to Icy Strait Point, tell us about Skagway, because we've both been to Skagway. So what did you do in Skagway? It's kind of a weird town.
It's a cute little, like, it almost feels a little fake, because it's such a cute little, like,
it feels like stuck in time, and it feels like abandoned.
Yes, but like an old cowboy town in
Yeah.
Alaska.
Yeah.
It was adorable. I had seen a couple of people say that it was one of the better places to get souvenirs. Agree with that 100%. I was thankful that we did it at the top
Yeah.
of the trip and didn't wait
Yeah.
to get the Ketchikan. We did the Yukon Suspension Bridge, so we went into Canada. We did a lot of research on this one because the big thing to do in Skagway, I don't know if you did the train in Skagway, is to do the train in Skagway.
It is the big thing, yeah.
And essentially what it is it's a train that like used to take miners and mining related things. I'm not a miner, I don't know. Up the mountain. And so they essentially repurposed it as a viewing commuter type of train. Tourist train, really. And the things that we were seeing was that you had kind of like a bus tour with some sort of other option, a bike tour, or the train. And the train and the bus tour took the same path, but if it's wet, cloudy, or foggy, the train is useless and you see clouds.
Yeah.
If you take the bus tour and you go along the same path, because there's more stops, there's more things to do. We went to the suspension bridge. The train does not stop at the suspension bridge. You, even if the views aren't there, you still have more to do. And so we banked on that. Again, if I had to go back, I would probably try and do both. The views from the train are incredible. We had incredible bus views too, but like the idea of just like coming around a bend and seeing this like beautiful, like I couldn't, but we don't regret it. It was my wife's favorite thing that we did. She has some awesome pictures. We got to take a picture at a Welcome to Alaska sign, which nobody else that did the train got to do. So
VIP.
Yeah, it was super cool.
Yeah, we did the panning for gold in the old miners, Liarsville. We were in Liarsville. And we panned for gold with Chip and Dale and Donald. So
that's fun.
Obviously that was
they have a couple of really cute like character experiences specifically in Skagway.
Yeah. And I met a giant dog. So obviously
it was a good day for Rachel. She got to see Donald and a giant dog.
2 of my favorite things.
Yeah. Donald and a dog.
Yeah. But and I would totally agree with you. Like Skagway, because it was so small and like definitely is just a tourist town, it was easier to get souvenirs. And like I said, that's where I got my Russian boots from. They had some really unique stores. And then also, of course, the touristy stuff. But when we get to Ketchikan, I would agree. Ketchikan felt dirty to me and like cheap.
We were not big fans.
Yeah, I wasn't. I was not a big fan of Ketchikan minus 2 of the things that I did, which I think you did one of the things. But yeah, so Ketchikan. So tell us about Icy Strait. What did you do there?
That was my whale watching day. And so really the whole time we were seeing humpbacks, which I expected. I had seen humpbacks before. We live in the Northeast. And that doesn't make them any less majestic. Let me just get that right out the way. I act like
you sound disappointed.
No.
I mean, we'll see where the like me seeing an alligator, like.
Well, actually, the thing that was funniest is that I don't know if y'all have bald eagles. The Northeast has lots of bald eagles. So Alaska also has bald eagles, and everybody was losing their minds over these bald eagles.
And you're like, I've seen this before.
It was like, I'm not a bird person. So I was like, okay, it's a bald eagle. I actually was more shocked when I realized we saw a raven, and I had never seen a raven before. I'd only ever seen crows. I had no idea ravens were so big.
Yeah.
They're the size of a bald eagle.
Yeah. They're huge.
You've never seen that one at Animal Kingdom?
No, they don't have ravens at Animal Kingdom. They have a bald eagle.
I thought there was one, but I'm scared of birds. So like I don't go in there much, but I have been in the bird area before.
We called her a mother. I don't know her gender, but she was a mother to us. And she was making a nest, and girl was scary. And she was unafraid of people. Like she was getting all up in people's grills. And again, like she was big. Like
So tell us the but with the whale watching.
The but I don't remember where I was going with my story. Oh, I know where. My favorite animal in the absolute entire world is an orca. I am a killer whale crazy lady.
Free Willy!
Yeah, literally. I know way too much about them. They are very much a hyperfixation for me. But they are so hard to see because they're sneaky little butt heads sometimes. And they do a lot of movement and they can go very far. And so it's a lot harder to catch them. So I was hoping to catch orcas and I didn't get to see them.
Oh,
I know. But again, it just gets me another cruise because they said we have to go back.
let's
So
go back.
we're just gonna have to keep going back until I get to see an orca pod in real life. Like that's just what's gonna have to happen.
Obvious.
It will happen at some point, but just
So what do you think about Ketchikan?
I had very similar opinions to you of Ketchikan. We were only there for I think 5 hours, maybe. We docked like mid-afternoon. I think it was 2 p.m. and everybody had to be back on by 7. So really like the only excursion people could do was the lumberjack show.
Mm-hmm.
And we just aren't those people. So I didn't want to do that to begin with. We thought we could like putz around and we kind of did, but it was so much easier to putz around in Skagway and we had an excursion in Skagway.
Mhm.
It almost felt like a boardwalk in New Jersey. Like that sounds awful, but like
no, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Like, let me ask a question because I haven't been to Alaska. Okay, so I know what the food is like on the Magic. Like, we don't have to talk Disney Cruise Line food. We've got videos on every single cruise ship. Y'all can go watch those. But did y'all have any like local fare, local food in any of the ports?
We ate everywhere.
Well, so yeah, like in the port specifically, not on the ship. So I know
not on the ship.
My fun story from Ketchikan. Okay. So we did a short excursion. So we did the lumberjack show, which I like watching men do feats of strength. Okay? I like it.
Yes.
But the thing is, the Disney one is family friendly. I don't want the family friendly version. I want the silly, raunchy version. And so if you're on a Disney cruise, you get the family friendly version. Okay? But we also did the Native American totem pole village, which that to me was fascinating because they had a guy that was carving a totem pole. I love Native American history. It's amazing. So watching him carve it was really cool. They taught us some of their dances and some of their cultural stuff. So the cultural piece for me, that was cool. And then
that would have been fun. I've
had good reviews from clients on that one.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that one. I could leave the lumberjack show because I don't want the family friendly version. Okay. Anyways. But my fun story is, so we went to a crab place, and this crab place, most people didn't go to because I had done my own research on my own. Obviously, that's who I am. And so we're eating crab legs. I suck at eating crab legs, but they were amazing. Do you know who was behind me?
Bob Iger.
No, Josh Strickland's. Okay.
Who is Josh Strickland?
That's a Disney like
Broadway star.
person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So he was on my ship because they had Disney on Broadway for the DVC members, and he originated the role of Tarzan. He does Festival of the Arts a lot of times. So he was behind me, him and his husband, and I have a picture of me eating my crab legs, and like you can see him in the background. I didn't know he was there. And I go to the bathroom, and I almost smacked into him coming out of the bathroom, and I'm like, "Oh, sorry."
Oh,
you never know who Rachel's going to meet on a Disney cruise.
Literally. I mean, one time it was Lance Bass. Another time it's Josh Strickland. I mean, you just don't know.
Yeah, we didn't have anybody cool on my cruise.
Anyway, yeah. So Ketchikan, like I did not.
Also where we got crab.
Yeah, I did not like, but the crab we got was good. But I wouldn't say Skagway or Icy Point. I wouldn't like really eat there because they're kind of specifically tourist destinations.
They have like snacking things in both places that we did.
But Juneau and Ketchikan
thing, like getting crab in Ketchikan.
Yeah.
Is Juneau the more foodie spot than Ketchikan?
Well, it's the bigger city, so yes. but because my excursion took so long, I didn't have time to
Mhm.
explore for food. Joe did, and of course he went to a bar, so like whatever. But Juneau was a nicer city, and it was bigger, so you have more opportunity.
And we're also not fishy fish people. We're shellfish people.
Uh,
So one of the big things that Alaska is known for is salmon, like fresh caught salmon. And by all accounts, everybody said it was phenomenal. But you have to like fish. That's a prerequisite for liking the
yeah,
salmon. So
yeah.
the crab
Yeah,
was
right.
cool,
Like, look,
but
if you don't like seafood, Alaska has great seafood, but if you don't like it to begin with, it's not going to change your mind.
no.
See, I'm like a smoked salmon girl. I'm not like a baked grilled salmon girl. Like, there's a difference. I
There
get
is
what
a
you're
difference.
saying.
I feel like though, if you tried it like fresh in Alaska, you
Probably
might,
be better.
yeah, because
Yeah.
here you can get some dodgy salmon.
Mm-hmm.
Was there
Mm-hmm.
any Alaska excursion that you wanted to do that you couldn't do, or anyone that you'd like, if you go again, you're going to do this every time?
So the one that we argued over is that in Icy Strait Point, the makers of the Skyliner made a gondola. And there is a free gondola, and then there is a paid gondola, and the paid gondola takes you to the top, and then you can zip line down a very tall mountain. Um, and my wife was very adamant that we should do this. Allie was very adamant that we should not do this. And lucky for Allie, she won. But I think if we ever go again, she's gonna outwin me and we're going to do a zip line. Um, I do think that I want to go back and do the glacier thing. I think it would just be incredible. Especially now having done Glacier Day on the boat, being able to leave the boat would be awesome. And apparently now I need to go do an excursion in Ketchikan on Native American culture. So I think that would be awesome too. But
Mhm.
Wait, we had a debate yesterday when Allie and I were prepping the show notes. Would you have done the zip line?
zip
I
line.
say that you
Me?
would have done the zip line. Yes, Rachel, you.
This is my biggest struggle. I want to do the zip line. I feel like I'm afraid of heights too much, but I
Mm.
also feel like I would sign up for it, and if I was with the right person, I would do it.
You do it. Okay.
Yeah.
That
You,
we to
you,
be fair, we were on opposite camps. I was like, "There's no way." Katie was like, "Absolutely." So I think that
Mhm.
was we were both right on that one.
Yeah, yeah, because
Just
I'm very afraid of heights, so
mm,
that's mine. But if like, I don't know.
off subject, we are doing zip lining in Jamaica when we do the treasure in October, and I've never zip lined. That is not what I'm worried about. I am worried about a snake falling on me while I'm ziplining.
That's
It's the
fair.
same reason.
That's fair because it's happened. That's fair.
It's the same reason I couldn't do the Run Disney virtual races with y'all last year when you're like, just film at night. I'm like, I'm gonna step on a snake. It's
You should come live up here. We max out at garden snakes, and they are very uncommon.
we all have poisonous snakes, venomous snakes.
You got to go deep in the woods to find those. Like deep in the woods to find those.
Yeah, that's not the case in the South, girl.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
Backyard right now.
Katie asked you a question that we didn't answer. So, on the boat, we already talked about, the Glacier Day experience. We talked about the characters that you can experience. We talked about the Frozen Day. But was there obviously there's Alaska merch. I know we don't need to mention it. There is Alaska specific merch and people go crazy for it. Were the food menus different? And was there anything else that was different for I know you haven't been on another cruise before, but so it's hard to this is going to be hard for you to answer. And mine, because it was a Disney Vacation Club, it's hard for me to say because my menus were different. We did have a lot of seafood focused menus.
Feel like they probably like if I had to guess, they were probably a little bit more seafood heavy than they would have been. But it could just be cruise line food that I am not used to. Like there was at least 3 to 4 fish options. Across the
It's usually just
That's
one. Yeah.
okay.
that sounds heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah. There were a couple of nights where as a non-fish person, I was a little stuck. and ended up like doing either more apps or for more small plates or more entrees, because they ended up balancing across the menu, but like sometimes like the small plates were really fish heavy and sometimes like the entrees were really fish heavy, so you ended up having plenty of options to pick from. It was just a matter of like couldn't always balance with both.
You couldn't do all 3 courses and not end up with a fish.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm
So
also like, in the grand scheme of things, I'm a picky eater. Like, I am nowhere near what could be picky. But I don't like fish, like, at all. Jules got a couple of fish related things, but I was a no-go on anything. So
I mean, I know on ours, like every time there was fish on the menu, I had some great halibut. I had some great salmon. Like I was in heaven because I do enjoy fish as long as it's not staring at me. It can't have a face. So
that's fair.
I didn't. So this is to Katie's tangent, total tangent. When we got married, we had our reception thing at the Yachtsman. And I ordered the fish and I didn't realize that how it was made had the face on it. And I had a very hard time with that.
Yeah, no.
I'm like, I don't want my food looking at me and judging me.
Eyeballs.
Yeah.
No.
I'm with you.
It's the circle of life, but I am not the person that can
I
handle
can't eat fish with bones in it. Like
that too, because I don't know who
can't.
told me this, but like the bone's gonna get stuck in your throat and you're gonna die. Like that's in my head.
Growing up in the South, it was you went to fish fries all the time.
Yep.
And as a kid, you didn't know what was the fillet and what was the whole fish. I have had bones stuck in my throat. It's not something I want to do again. I don't play like that. I'm an adult.
Telling me on trying to find a fish that I like to eat.
Stick
Like
with shrimp.
halibut is a very safe fish. It's a very light fish and it's great in Alaska. Halibut is like your perfect intro fish. I love scallops, but scallops, they can be cooked very well or they can be cooked horribly.
We tried a scallop somewhere.
That was a bad idea for you if you don't like fish.
Yes, and shockingly, it wasn't awful, and apparently it was very well cooked. I can't remember where we got one. But Jules likes scallops, and she was like, "These are probably the best cooked scallops I've ever had, and you will be okay with it." And I was like, and I was okay with a bite. That was that was it. If I was dying, I could eat it, which I cannot say about a lot of fish.
Well, it sounds like you loved Alaska.
I'm going back.
Okay. It sounds like you loved your first experience with Disney Cruise Line.
I'm going back.
So, Katie, do you want to ask her our closing question?
Oh, no.
If you could bottle up one Alaska memory and replay it forever, what would it be?
That's hard. I don't remember prepping an answer to that one.
Katie's got an answer.
You put it on the show notes. It's in there.
She doesn't have the show notes up.
Oh, man. She's done great.
Did I say the deck on Glacier Day?
You said deck 4 on Glacier Day. That's what you said.
Deck 4 on Glacier Day. That's what I would say.
Listen, then it's super authentic because you didn't remember what your answer was and you came up with it again.
I didn't realize she didn't have her show notes up because she's been answering almost verbatim everything she put in her cheat sheet.
Yep.
Look at me go. It's almost like it's the best thing that's ever happened to me, vacation-wise. But yeah, we got lounge chairs on deck 4 on Glacier Day. On a side of the ship, I still don't know my ship words.
It's fine, me too. Port and starboard, but like
the ship that faced the glacier. And there was a hot chocolate stand and cookies, and we just sat there and with our little Disney Cruise Line blankets and sipped our adult hot chocolate, and took pictures of the glacier. And
so wait a second.
Scrolled by.
Did they provide blankets?
Yes. They had blankets essentially right next to the towels. So you could get as many as you wanted, and then you return them where you return the towels, and then rinse and repeat. Sometimes they were sitting in the sun, so even though it was cold outside, the blankets were nice and warm. So it was awesome. They literally think of everything. Literally everything.
Is there anything else you want to mention about Alaska or Disney Cruise Line?
Um, the first thing that came to mind is that my wife, who has never been on a cruise before, has been convinced to do a transatlantic DCL cruise. So that's apparently the next one we're doing. We're not going to the Caribbean. We're going transatlantic.
Wow, what a
That's a big
leap.
jump.
That tells you how much we enjoyed our trip. We're willing to get on a boat for 14 nights. So
It doesn't
Wow.
stop anywhere. Because that's my thing about the transatlantic. There's no ports. You're going across the Atlantic.
I mean, it does have ports, but there are many sea days.
in a row. Yep.
Yes.
That is the
Ooh.
one she is most interested in doing next, which I think says a lot. Like
Yeah.
the fact that it's not the experience itself of like either being in Alaska or like, but like she wants to be on a ship, on a Disney ship specifically. So yeah,
Well,
exciting.
Nice.
I'll be back when we do that one.
Yeah.
Well,
Come back and tell us about that one.
well, great news. Disney Alaska sailings, Alaska sailings are seasonal just because Alaska is seasonal, and that season is May through October with certain cruise lines. It's through September with Disney. And we are booking 2027 right now. And on Alaska sailings, the best staterooms, I know it sounds like this is a sales pitch. It's not. The best staterooms do sell fast, especially with Disney Cruise Line, because people want the balconies, they want the ocean view rooms, and those are 100% the first thing to go. So
And
if,
we ended up on deck 2, and we will not be making that mistake again.
yeah, I don't love deck two, but if that's what you can get, that's what you can get,
And
obviously.
we were happy with our placement, other than it being on deck 2.
So if this sounds like your kind of trip, and how does it not? I mean, Allie had the best experience. So hit us up so we can start planning your vacation. All of our info is in the show notes. We all would love to help you. So check us out. Head to the link in the bio, and we can't wait to work with you. Until next time, bye.